Today, I'll be talking about healthy relationship. But before I dive into that, I want you to think about your upbringing. Uh, how, how will you categorize what you see around you, your upbringing, your family dynamic? Do you wish your family, the one that you're trying to create, to be like the one you witnessed growing up? Do you witness an healthy environment where everything is harmonious and everything is functioning properly? If your answer is maybe, if your answer is no, if you are, whatever your answer may be, you are now left with a choice to choose which kind of relationship you want to create. And that will affect the kind of partner you're going to allow into your life. So today, as I said, we're talking about healthy relationships. I grew up in Nigeria, and one of the things, the side I grew up in, one of the things I learned from it is not a lot of the relationship that I witnessed. This is a personalized one. This is something that is a personal one. You have to dig into your own past, your own what you witnessed growing up to decide what you want for your future. So among all the stuff that I see, the relationship in the neighborhood and all the uncles, the aunties and all that stuff, is not a relationship that I want to emanate. It's not a relationship that I want my relationship to look like, to resemble, and all that stuff. I can confidently say sometimes a lot of what not to do is what I see growing up. Now, it's not to throw shade on anybody because I believe they all try their best and all that stuff. But I believe in a learning experience because when we have a statement going up like back home, "Ẹṣin iwájú ni tẹ̀yìn wò sáré," which means you learn from other people's mistake, you learn from their struggle. You don't have to repeat the same um, decision, the same problem. You don't have to go through all this uh, bad decision they go through. You learn from the elders' experience. So I know like a lot of my friends, when I ask them, like, as I normally, before I put start writing stuff and all that stuff, I normally see if it's just my problem or if it's a problem that is bigger than me, if it's a problem that affect other areas. So I ask all around, and one thing I found is this is a shared common experience. You can like at your family group, your relationship, or your friends and all that stuff. You will realize like at most answer you get may shock you. So I just want to bring this so that we can talk about it and you can now decide it on what relationship you want. As again, this is on my website. You can go and read about it if you're the reading type. So because one thing I learned from looking at all around is lack of communication. A lot of us, I don't think we have a proper communication skills. Sometimes we avoid conflict that a conflict that can be easily resolved that brew into something bigger that create chaos. Unresolved conflict, lack of respect. This is I don't even if I have to go further on that department taking each other for granted a lot of times, especially one gender. We no, it's not even gender. It's some people does not know how to acknowledge, how to appreciate what their partner is doing. They don't know why, but it's just something that some of us lack. Either it's home training, either we refuse to uh, grow on ourselves quality times. As I said, I if you ask a lot of African, especially Nigerian, ask them, have you seen your parents showing affection? It's more of like it's a taboo. I don't know. If there's a show on that, even a show that shows it on ABC network that shows like It's rare. So sometimes it's emotional infidelity. It's you may think like, what is emotional infidelity? If you are old enough and you know like the emotional connection, the emotional intimacy you have and develop with your significant others, and now with that partner is now giving it someone else for whatever reason, that is emotional infidelity. Is developing a deep emotional connection outside of relationship that threatening or that can create chaos in your emotional intimacy with your partner. Unhealthy boundaries. You want to talk about the in-laws? Get me started on that. Refusing to compromise. Yeah, I'm not. It's the foundation of relationship is compromisation. You want to compromise on so many things because it's no longer about you. It's about the union. Financial conflict, lack of support. The list goes on. But I when I look into my life and I look at what all the relationship I've seen growing up, all the relationship that I witnessed, even my own parent relationship, I have to come to a decision and make a choice. Do I want this to continue going on, or do I want to create a new relationship pattern that my children can look back and I was like, I would want my relationship to be like my parents so that they can have a good role model. They can have a relationship they can look up to. Boys see how men, so how their father treats their mom. Girls sees how supposed to like how the relationship work appropriately. These are behaviors that can jeopardize the relationship. I mean, all this conflict, like think of communication, financial conflict, like so many different bad stuff that we have as a trait that sometimes we excuse or justify for that's just the way I am. That's the way I was raised. Whatever excuse you come up with, you have to improve and work on what you want to achieve. Recognizing and tackling this pattern is essential in fostering and sustaining healthy relationship. Embracing open communication, mutual respect, even said in Ephesians chapter 5, that we submitting to each other, not just the wife submitting to the husband. We are actually submitting to each other. But the husband is still the head of the family because God put him in charge and God will hold him accountable for the result of the relationship. Trust all these and joint commitment. Joint commitment is you are both on the same page. You both trying to achieve the same thing for your relationship. This will determine the direction your relationship is going to go. So I ask, what kind of relationship do you want to be? What kind of relationship do you want your relationship to look like? So, but and you have to you have to be conscious enough to define the relationship you want to build. I don't want you to even don't even think about using Hollywood relationship as a foundation. All the script that was written on the movies and all that stuff, fake. Forget about it. You have to read and search your own soul. Come close to God and allow God to help transform you into the person you're supposed to be, and you'll be able to have a clear definition of the relationship you desired. So, to me, what I believe is a relationship is that is built on respect, built on trust, communication, and shared value. It's not easy to have shared value because a lot of times our dream does not align. But when we compromise and work together, what is best for the relationship, we have a shared common goal. Relationship is built on respect. Trust is paramount. If you don't have trust, you don't have anything. Open communication is one of the best things you can have because when you talk to your significant others and all that stuff, you are able to clear out misunderstanding, assumptions, miscommunications, like the thoughts that the person have or the trauma, or you're able to clear them. Support, you have to set boundaries. Every relationship boundary exists. This we're not gonna do and all that stuff. Conflict resolution, you have to learn about conflict resolution. How do you behave under pressure? Men and females. Females, it said in the Bible in Titus, the tools that female have is their tongue. It's even said in Proverbs, he that loves the tongue and does not or control it, they will eat the result of it. And males, on the other hand, is physical strength. He said in First Peter chapter 3, he said, men live with your wife with understanding because of their weaker vessel. That is one. But also so that you can learn self-control. Second Peter chapter 1 is said in everything you should add understanding, you have knowledge, you should add so many different good attributes that he wants us to add to our life. That will help you and I able to lead the relationship. That will help even the wife to be willing, not just submitting, to follow the leadership. Because it's not easy for you to see a clear like destruction in front of you, but your husband or your leader does not see it. Clear example. Abigail and Nabal. Nabal is the husband and do so many foolish things because he's just a foolish man. And Abigail, when David asks for stuff, because David has been protecting them, and Nabal just disregard, saying so many harsh words, David was coming to destroy them. Good thing the wife is quick enough to make a quick decision and smart decision to go appease David's anger. Well, she and her entire family will have be destroyed together. Moral of the story, Nabal is the only one that died because of the wife action. Nabal wake up, learn what he had done, drink stuff, have heart attack, died. If Abigail did not make that decision, they'll all be destroyed. So here goes on values, intimacy, independence, and togetherness. Because a lot of times some people will say, like, because we are together now, you have to let go of your individuality. I don't think your identity should be disregarded or destroyed because you are in a relationship or because you are married. You are each individual before you come together. Both being together is you have a common goal and all that stuff, and you work together in a relationship. But that does not mean you should let go of your individual person. You like to play games, you like to read manga, you like to play sports, you like to watch drama, you like to watch love show, you like to watch horror show, and the person does not like to watch horror show. You pick in each other's interest, but that does not mean you should let go of your own individuality. Or it's going to develop into full independent, which is not a healthy thing. Continue growth and adaptability. Healthy relationship, it does not develop, does not mean you're not going to have challenge. You're going to have challenge, but the character, the ability to navigate those challenges will help you grow stronger because it's going to help you develop the understanding of your partner, what foster them, what make them like, what kind of make shape them up, what kind of trauma they've been through, what kind of different things. And if you find it funny, what kind of partner do you want? Is it a partner that just yes, yes, yes to everything, or the partner that bring out the best out of you? So that is why you have to let go of any toxic trait in you. That is the manipulating behavior, constant criticism. You shouldn't be constantly seeing the negative in your partner. You should see the good because one of the things that attracts you to your partner or what you're looking for is the good that you foresaw. And when everybody has flaws, we all have weaknesses. Lack of accountability. I'm talking about toxic trait in individuals. We always quick to point fingers, but we will forget when you point fingers, there's some that is coming back at you. So that's why he says in Matthew chapter 7, remove the spark in your eyes, the log in your eyes, before you remove someone's spark in someone else's eyes. Moral of the story, work on yourself and don't correct people from self superiority or in like what do you call it? Like superior, like I'm just better. No, correcting love, gentle corrections. So I see these that I was learning when I was like emotional vampirism. So that's the emotional dumping, draining other emotionally by constantly seeking validation, attention, and support. without recuperating. One of the things that I've learned in a relationship is you have to make sure you navigate and know who you're being with. They should not be draining your emotion constantly. You should enjoy each other. Uh, Time, quality time. You should enjoy it. Not that one person is constantly draining the other and there's no return. Also, consistent drama. Why do some people just want their partner to entertain them? Why do you want to turn your partner into comedian? Why do you want to turn your partner into like musicians and all that stuff? We should work on ourselves. One of the leading cause for if you Google like reason for divorce or separation is commitment. They'll say lack of commitment, conflict and argument. What are you doing on your dating phase? What are you doing when you are like getting to know each other before you decide to be committed into each other? Financial problem, substance abuse and domestic violence and infidelity. Why will you say I do to one person, then you be want to eat another person's like look outside? God, we really need to. He said in Romans chapter 8, the spirit is constantly willing to work with us, but the flesh is constantly background fighting. So we need to work on dying to our flesh, like constantly dying to our flesh. Because without that, it would destroy whatever relationship you try to create. It will destroy it. He said being considered a toxic person often involves a pattern of behavior and constantly harm or negatively impact others emotional, mental, or even physical. You should not be in a relationship with you should not be in a relationship if you consider yourself toxic or if you consider another person toxic. Don't be in a relationship with a toxic person. I don't care how beautiful, how fine the person is, or how they make you feel. Moments they are toxic, they're going to frustrate your peace of mind. He said in Corinthians, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Liberty is freedom. Love is not caged. Love should not be like you are in a prison. Recognize this trait and actively working on self improvement is critical in fostering healthy relationship and personal growth. Lean on God. Don't lean on your own understanding. Don't believe you know everything. You should read about relationship. Read in the Bible. Read so many relationship books so that you can. It's not to take their word as gospel. It's to learn from what God has deposit in them. Because we learn by hearing. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. Knowledge is information. You want to learn by actively seeking knowledge. You seek knowledge so that you can grow your own understanding. He said in Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 7, do not lean on your own understanding. Rely on God to help you navigate your relationship, to help you navigate your life. I'm not sure how many of us practice involving God in our dating phase. It's called courtship, by the way. When you are courting someone, it's God directed. It's not your emotions and all that stuff. You involve God so that you did not disrespect each other, either financially, either emotionally, either physically, and all that stuff. Now, if the relationship does not work out because you are not compatible with each other or you don't have the shared goals, you leave. You separated with your respect intact and no resentment, no regret, none of that. Proverbs 4 verse 7 is very important to develop understanding in all aspects, particularly in your relationship. You have to know understanding. You have to comprehend what you are seeking. It said in Proverbs 18 verse 22, when a man find a wife, they obtain favor and all that stuff. Let's replace the wife with partner. Will your partner consider you a blessing in their life, or they will consider you a burden or something else? If you yourself cannot even answer that, or you don't even have enough self evaluation, self honesty, be honest with yourself with the way you are acting or the way your partner feels about you. I think there is a problem. You have to be honest and have people honest around people that will tell you the truth around you to help you uh evaluate yourself. First Corinthians chapter 11. This is Christ is our old authority over every man. In turn, man hold authority over woman, and with God as the head of Christ. So God is the head of everybody. We are submitting to one another so that we can have a God-driven relationship because God is the head of everybody. So when you're submitting to God, submitting to Christ, you know you are doing everything possible. And your wife also see the God energy flowing through you, to her, and through from her to the family, children. You relying on God's wisdom and guidance, and his word become the compass, the GPS you use to seek out knowledge, wisdom, understanding, love. He said God is love, so that you can develop the relationship you desire. I don't know the relationship you desire. I do know, like me personally, I don't want my children to have a bad experience. When they look back, I want them to, when they grow up and they look back, I want them to say, like, I want my relationship to be like my parents. That's, I want them to be happy. I want them to also have all the necessary skills to navigate the life that we live in. Because everything right now, especially dating, everything we all know like it's crazy and can be crazy. Can be crazy. So I hope this helps. And I pray that God continuously to help us and we continuously seek God, godly knowledge, and involve God in our dating life. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.